love reading for the month of November, and of course, any other time that you're guided to watch, as the intention of my messages is always to be timeless. This reading is for all Cancer placements, but if for some reason, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, please don't forget to check out your other placements. And also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate, so please only take what does and leave what doesn't. And also for love readings, if you feel guided to cross-watch, you're more than welcome to do so. And before we get into this reading, I'd also like to quickly mention that if you ever want to get a reading with me, all of my information is in the description box below. You can book a reading straight through my Etsy shop. But without further ado, let's get started here. So as always, I'm going to be tapping into the energy of you and the person that you're currently romantically connected with. However, if you feel that another type of relationship comes forward that's not romance, then please take it as it resonates for you. I'm going to start by tapping into the energy of you on the right and your person on the left, but feel free to reverse the roles if you feel that the energy is switched. I'm also going to start by tapping into the energy of what you're both going through, and then we'll get into the tarot where I will dive into what the challenges are between the two of you in this connection, how you're both feeling towards one another, and what you ultimately both want out of this. Okay, so let's get started. All right, let's do a card for the union first. Beautiful, we have surrender. So it seems like you both have let each other go and are understanding the importance of surrendering to this connection, letting each other go by not holding so much like resentment or grudges or feeling like you have to control the situation so much. Okay, we have the answer is no in the reverse for this person and release. Your energy is received. Purge. Let's get the last card here. New direction. Whoa. Wow, this shot out over here. Let me go pick it up. This says nostalgia. Okay. This always comes up for Cancer. Something of the nostalgia, but that makes sense. Then we have observer at the bottom of the deck. So it seems like you have someone on your hands who definitely still keeps tabs on you, checks your social media, like through burner accounts. You have no idea they're looking at you. You have no idea this person is still like in your radar. Okay, but you're very much in their radar. Okay, they keep tabs on you, especially if your stuff is like on public, but it doesn't matter either way. They're finding ways to keep tabs on you. You know, it's 2022. It's so easy to figure out what people are up to. It's really not that hard. But it seems that this person is very much still infatuated by you, and like by the fact that they still want to know what you're up to. Okay, they're still very curious. Okay, I'm being really drawn to this question mark. It's like they still want to know what you're doing. Okay, question mark as in like, what is Cancer doing today? Who are they talking to? What are they up to? Okay. But surrender. I feel like you both have just kind of let go of each other and are starting to understand that maybe this connection isn't aligned with you guys anymore. I do feel like this observer, though, even though they know that it's over. Ah, there's a little bug. Sorry, guys. Even though they know that it's over, they still have this curiosity about you. But with this surrender, I feel like they're starting to really let go of you. Okay, because this is also the background energy, so this could have been how they were in the past. Doesn't necessarily mean they're still in this energy. Just because I feel with the surrender, they are learning to let go. All right, so let's start with this person over here. But I honestly feel like this goes like this. And I'm just going to go with that because that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so with the answers no and release in the reverse, I feel that this person could have rejected you at some point, but they're regretting that. Like they wish they could take that back. Okay, there's something this person has to release about themselves. Could be childhood wounds, just because it is a little kid holding this like hot air balloon thing, a lantern. So I feel that they're struggling with releasing the past that holds them back with this nostalgia card. Okay. I feel like this person has an obsession to the past. They could also be a Cancer, okay? I feel like this person wants what they can't have. I feel like when you were in a connection with them, they dwelled about the past and about their past lover before you. And then when you're gone, they replaced their past lover with you. So now the person, like if they're talking to anyone right now, I feel that they keep going back to you because you're their past. You know, this person cannot release the past. They want what they can't have, and they regret a lot of their actions because of that. Like this person definitely doesn't live in the present moment. They either live in the past or in the future. And they're always like obsessed over how the past went down or how the future is coming towards them, but they're never satisfied with the present day. And that's why they're so like fascinated by you, or just like so curious about what you're doing, because you're what they can't have. Okay, but I feel like overall they know that you've let go of them. They know that you're moving forward. So they know they have to let go of you, but they're in the transition of that. They're still very much holding on for dear life still. Okay, but I definitely feel like they could be talking to someone new just to forget about you, but then they like fantasize about you, or kind of, there's a word I'm looking for, but it's not coming to me. Or they simply just are like, you live in their head rent free. That's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. And it doesn't matter if they have a new person, you're still the person they think about. Okay, so your energy is received and purged in your direction. So for you, it was like message received. You don't have to tell me again. Like if they rejected you with that answer is no, for you, it was like, okay, fine. That's all I needed to know. I can move on now. I can purge you and I can move on with my life. So you were fine with that. I think for you, the truth was better than a lie, of course. And you took it upon yourself to walk in a new direction and not live in this energy for much longer. Okay, so yeah, you're in a new direction, you're walking away, and that's what makes this person want you all the more. The fact that you're in this new vibration and this new energy where no one can stop you, nothing can affect you. They're all the more intrigued by that. That's what it is. They're intrigued by you not giving a shit about them. Like they like that. This person could be like a masochist, I think is the word, when they like pain, they like having what they can't, or they like not, sorry, what am I looking for? They like not having what they can't have, if that makes any sense. Okay, they like pain, they like a good chase. Yeah, it's weird, it's unhealthy, but to each their own. Everyone has their reasons for how they feel. No judgment to this person whatsoever. But I do feel like when you walked away from them, that made them all the more intriguing. Or that you made them all the more intriguing. I'm having such a hard time with words, guys. I hope you understand that. But when you walked away, they were all the more intrigued by you. Okay? To put it simply. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what other surprises we may get from this. But as of now, they know that you've moved on and that you have no interest in them. Alright, so let's get into the challenges. This person's challenge is justice. Yeah, they feel like they didn't get their justice. They feel like there's unfinished business here. And that they want their, like, a second chance with you. Your challenge is the Three of Wands. You do not see a future with them whatsoever. You're not waiting for them anymore. Strength card in the reverse for them. Ooh. Five of Swords in the reverse for you. They came out together, so I'll just take them like that. What are the desires here? This person's desire is a Chariot. Yeah, they want to come towards you, though. But will they? Your desire is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you just want to keep looking good, minding your business, and not caring about anyone. Bottom of the deck is a Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Whenever I see the Ten of Pentacles in a reading that kind of reads this type of like weird mixed energy, mixed emotions sort of thing, I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, there was a lot of potential here. This could have been a beautiful relationship had this person stepped up their game or stepped up to the plate and had not been so psyched out by their fears and limitations, this could have actually been something beautiful here. I feel like you both wanted the same things. You guys could have both valued the same things in terms of family and career and what you wanted for yourselves long term. Like, you guys could have been on the same page, and maybe you guys vibed really well because of that. But ultimately, it, like, at the same time, I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, there's a lot of like tradition or family standards that got in the way. Okay, because Ten of Pentacles, I'm also feeling family, like someone trying to live up to their family's expectations, is trying to please family in some type of way like that, or caring about what family said when it came to this connection. And that could have been a negative factor in this. The Magician. Yeah, there was a lot of talking. A lot of talking in the family dynamic. The High Priest. Yeah, someone really cared about the traditional aspect of life, like very, very conventional way of thinking of a relationship. And I feel that family had a huge factor in this. And that could have been what someone wanted, but the other person didn't. You guys could have been on different pages about that. Like maybe of getting married. Let's say everything was perfect, but one person wanted to get married and the other person didn't, because they didn't believe in labels and that sort of thing. But had it been any other sort of disagreement, there wasn't any. The only disagreement could have just been something about like traditional values. Like one person was very conventional and the other person was a little bit more free-spirited, more unconventional, but didn't mean that it wasn't possible. I just feel with the Magician, there was a lot of talk here. Yeah, Nine of Cups. It's like someone wanted something, but the other person didn't want that. I think it's family with the High Priest too. Traditional values. Yeah, Queen of Swords over here. Could have been someone's like uptight mom wanted things a certain way, and if it didn't live up to their expectations, someone could have been nervous about bringing someone home. Okay, like let's say if you guys were like different cultures, different backgrounds, and you were scared to take your significant other like to meet your parents because your parents are very conservative. You were just scared that they would have judged your person or they would have given you shit about it. Something like that, okay? With that Magician here, I just feel like there's a lot of talking, a lot of conversation, a lot of like hearsay, a lot of gossip within the family dynamic about tradition, about values, about keeping things the same. Okay? Like, yeah, it's getting very traditional in that sense. All right, so your challenge here is a Three of Wands. It's only a challenge because I just feel like you don't vibe with this person anymore. But I just feel like you're not waiting for them anymore. You waited for a long time to get a message from them, to get something from them, to hear something, but nothing ever came through. So you're done waiting. You're letting go of this dream that you thought this person would eventually reach out to you, because nothing's happening. Some of you could have waited 3 years with that Three of Wands, and nothing ever changed. The Empress. And then we have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're waiting for this person to see your worth, to see your value, to recognize what they had when they had it. And they didn't. They absolutely didn't. Because I'm telling you, this person likes what they can't have. So if you were, that saying, like you could be the best peach, but someone still may not like peaches, I feel like this person made you question yourself in that aspect with the Six of Wands and the Empress. It's like you were waiting for them to see that you were the most beautiful peach of all, but this person just wasn't eating peaches at the time. They were eating oranges, okay? And you were just waiting and waiting for the day for them to recognize you, for them to see your value and your worth. And they never came through. They never pulled up. They left you hanging. They 100% left you hanging. I feel like someone could have like bought their own flowers or something for like their birthday or Valentine's Day. I don't know why I'm sensing that with this imagery here of how she's holding this bouquet of wands. But I feel like someone could have like bought their own flowers by saying, you know what, I don't need anyone. I'm gonna buy myself flowers if I want flowers. And it was empowering for you in that sense that you found yourself through this sort of rejection that this person made you go through. But it did hurt at the time, but it was your own sort of experience that you had to go through in order to see that this person wasn't worth your time, because they just were not valuing you when they should have, and you shouldn't be waiting around for that. So it was something you had to go through to just never do this again, to never put someone in such a high pedestal and feel like that they'll change or they'll eventually come around. Because no empress should be put through that. No empress should be made to question herself. And regardless of gender, okay, it doesn't matter. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, and I feel like you were getting a lot of tension from other people and like friends and family, but it was never like good enough for you because it was never this person. Maybe you missed out on other opportunities and other people that you could have dated because you were holding out for this person. But it's because you wanted, right? It's what you wanted, so there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so this person's challenge is justice. So yeah, they're out for vengeance here in a way. They're out to get what they want out of the situation. They feel wronged. They do. This person is kind of throwing a tantrum a little bit. I feel like they didn't get what they wanted, so now they're gonna do something to try to get what they want out of the situation, even if it's just living in their own fantasy about you. But they feel like they've been wrong. There's injustice here, and they're out to get justice for themselves, get vengeance. I don't know what that means for them though. Oof, the Emperor. Yeah, this person has ego issues. They have power trip issues. They have control issues. That's interesting how you're both popping up here as the Empress and the Emperor. But notice how it's in the challenge, okay? It's in the challenge. It's not in the emotions. It's not in the desire. It's in the challenge. Bottom of the deck is a Three of Swords. Yeah, this is the heartbreak, the sadness, the separation, the disappointment of it all. This is what I'm saying. There is a lot of potential here. You guys like would have looked really good together. Not that like appearances matter, but there is a lot of potential here. That's why that Ten of Pentacles was giving me that energy. You guys did go well together up until someone's ego got the best of them. There could have been like a switch with the cards in the reverse. Like something could have happened in their life where things like flipped a switch. I think when they lost control of their life, you may not even know about this, but when they lost control of their life, when their life kind of turned upside down, instead of talking to you like a normal person, like someone who is emotionally mature, where they can tell you like, hey, I'm going through a rough time right now. I don't think we can talk right now, or I just know that I'm not going to be acting like myself. Instead of doing that, this person just threw like an adult tantrum, and they could have ghosted you. They could have played games with you. They could have manipulated you. And that's where there was just this disconnect here. Because this person wanted nothing more than control over the situation. And when they felt like they couldn't have that anymore, that's when everything sort of came crumbling down here. And that's where the heartbreak came in with the Three of Swords. It was painful for them too to see their world kind of fall apart and lose you in the process. But I think there's nothing a good conversation, like it could have been saved by a conversation. This connection could have been saved by a simple conversation. And I think that's why they're in regret, because they know that too. That it didn't have to end this way. And they don't want you to see them as a bad guy. And they know you see them as the bad guy, and they hate that. That's why they feel wronged. Because they're like, if only Cancer knew what I was going through at the time, they wouldn't see me as a bad guy. But that's in the past, right? That's why we shouldn't be dwelling in what could have happened or what should have happened, because it didn't happen that way. So why dwell over it? So your emotions towards this person is a Five of Swords in the reverse, though. So I do feel like for some time you were playing along with this person's game. You could have been fighting back. You could have been very petty. very spiteful. But with it being in the reverse, that tells me that you're not doing that anymore. I feel like you're done fighting with this person. You're done playing games. You're done, like, kind of setting them up for failure if that's something you could have been doing. But I don't feel like you're really, like, I just don't think you care anymore. Like, maybe in the past you did things to get under their skin and, like, to make them feel what you felt, you know, to get back at them, but I don't think you're doing that anymore. Like, you're done fighting, you're done with the manipulation tactics, you don't want to do that anymore. The Moon. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Interesting. I feel with that Moon card, you feel this person's vibration energetically. They're speaking to you telepathically or communicating to you in some way telepathically with that Moon and the Eight of Wands. Because the Eight of Wands is action, communication. But with the Moon here, I feel like you, part of you just feels sorry for this person. You really just feel sorry for them. Because you know that they're going through a hard time. And I feel like it was an intuitive download that you received about them, that they're just going through a hard time. And that's why you dropped your weapons. That could have been why you just don't, or like you're not sending out that sort of malicious energy towards them anymore where you could have in the past. You stopped doing that because you know that this person is going through a hard time and you don't want to stoop down to their level in a sense. Okay. And you know that there's a lot of unfinished business here too with the Moon energy. It's like you knew that a lot of things were left unsaid, that this person wasn't completely honest, they didn't share their whole truth with you. Yeah, that there's just a lot that, again, should have been said but wasn't said, and you feel it and you know it, and you can make your own intuitive conclusions about the situation and probably be right. I feel like you know what happened without actually knowing, and that's kind of good enough for you. You don't need to know all the information because what you do know is pretty much enough for you. Okay, so I feel like, hold on, I have to go back to this Moon card, but I feel like at night is when you guys think about each other the most, and that's kind of when you feel sorry for them. Like, you have a soft spot for them, and I think you always will. Because you knew overall this person was just like a wounded soldier in the mix of things, and that they didn't do things intentionally to hurt you or sabotage this connection. They just didn't know any better. So I feel like you'll always have a soft spot for them. But be careful with that soft spot. Don't allow that soft spot to be their way of, you know, manipulating you again. All right, so their feelings is a strength card in the reverse. This is interesting because I feel like this is their way of dropping their weapons too. But for them, it's not holding so much resistance and not holding so much emotion back with the strength card in the reverse. Because in the upright, the strength card is very stubborn, very like egotistical, not wanting to show emotion because they think it's like weak. But I think with this person, that's changing now. I feel like they're starting to understand that there's importance in vulnerability and showing that. So I feel that if they were holding back their emotions of what they felt for you because they didn't want to feel them, they can't do that anymore. Like they don't have control over that because again, they've lost control, right? And by losing control, essentially their emotions are pouring out. They could be like a huge emotional mess right now because they have no idea how to control their emotions. Yeah, I just saw the Death card. So they are going through a huge transformation right now. Huh. Strength card clarified by the Strength card. Sad, sad, sad. But the minute they open up, they close back up again. Yes, Three of Swords. Because it hurts too much. Because all the pains they feel, all the emotion that they're going to feel is just pain. And they don't want to feel that pain. So they're just going to close themselves up again. I feel like they're the lion and this is you. Regardless of gender, okay? I feel like you're more soft-spoken, more tender-hearted, more, like, able to understand people, especially angry people. I feel like you understand people of all walks of life, especially, like, those, like, hurt, angered souls, because you know that they're just a reflection of what they've been through. And, you know, we don't have control over what we're going to go through in life. So I feel like this person, they miss you. I feel like they think you're the only person that can really calm them down. And that's why they still keep tabs on you. That's why they're so intrigued by you, because they know that there's no one else like you. But yeah, it's definitely giving like Beauty and the Beast energy here. Like they're just a troubled soul that's misunderstood. But they're very emotional inside. So that's why they're so closed off, because the minute that they have like an emotional vulnerability, or that their emotions come out, it's like a can of worms. It's like you can't put the lid back on it. So I feel like they desperately try to hold on to their emotions, and they suppress them because they don't want people to see that they're actually an emotional wreck. And there's nothing wrong with that, but this person just isn't ready for that yet. All right, so your desire for this connection is the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, like I'm saying, I don't think you really care about this situation anymore. You're just doing your own thing, focusing on yourself. I feel like you've been working a lot on yourself when it comes to what makes you happy, what your passions are, exercising a lot, maybe like really caring about your physical health, not like in an egotistical way, like you want to look good because you want to stunt, that sort of thing. No, I feel like you're working towards like physical goals because you want to be healthy, okay? And if like looking good is a result of that, then so be it. But I feel like you're just really focused on like being very action driven, following your passions. I feel like you have a surge of energy right now, and you should definitely take advantage of that. Maybe it's energy that you don't even know where it came from, but there is definitely this like spark burning very heavy inside of you. And with the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is you just also knowing that you don't have to chase after anyone, that you can sit on your throne and attract people to you. You don't have to chase after anyone. Six of Cups. What else? Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Interesting. I feel like some of you still want this person, not gonna lie. But I don't know, it's kind of giving with that Queen of Wands. I don't think you want them back in the sense that you think you guys are good together, because I don't think you think you guys are good together anymore. But there's something of the past here. I don't know if you just want to talk to them and let them know that you're not angry with them, because there's like unfinished business here with that Six of Cups, and I did talk about that a little bit in the beginning, I believe, with when we were over here. Yeah, with astrology and all of that. Yeah, the Six of Cups is coming up again. So I feel like some of you just want this person to know that you don't have any ill feelings towards them, because I think that's what keeps this person up at night, is that they think you hate them. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel that you know it's going to take time though for this person to fully grasp that you don't necessarily have bad feelings towards them. It's just the way things ended. They didn't end well, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is you also accepting this loss, but also just kind of closing this door with this person that, you know what, even though things didn't work out, doesn't mean that we can't be friends. Like, I don't think you'd have a problem being friends with this person. Because, like I said, you have a soft spot for them. And she's looking at this energy over here. So there is a part of you that does wonder how they're doing. You are curious about them. Because you do wonder if they're okay. I think you really do care about them with the Five of Cups. Like, you just don't want them to hurt anymore. Because you've moved on from them. Like, you've moved on from this pain and sadness that they put you through. You don't hold resentment over that. You don't hold a grudge over that. And you just want them to get to that place that you're at too. Because you do worry about them. Oof. Yeah, we have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. You moved past these sort of shackles, this darkness that you were in this with this person, whatever like shadows they made you face about yourself. You've mastered that. So you're kind of curious about them, and you are worried about how they're doing in that journey of releasing their shadows, because it was difficult for you. And the fact that you're a little bit more awakened to this type of information was easier for you to heal from. So I think you just worry about them because they probably have no idea about spirituality and like awakening and dark night of the soul. Like, you made it through your dark night of the soul. So there's a part of you that just is a little bit concerned about how they're doing through their dark night of the soul because of how hard it was for you. So you can only imagine that it might be even harder for them. And I do sense like kind of a hot mess over here. So it does seem like they are going through a hard time with that. But if you notice, we're not getting much about how they really feel. It's very, very confined here. Like, their emotions do not pop up at all. It's only my intuition that I was able to tell you that this person isn't doing well. But overall, we didn't get like the details about it. And it's because they're still suppressing a lot of that. So there is a part of you that worries about them. All right. So their desire is the Chariot. So they do want to come towards you. They do want to take action. They do want to make a trip to see you. But who knows if they ever will. But it's definitely something they're thinking about. Okay, we have 2 cards falling out. Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, see? I knew there was significance with this 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Yeah, they're done playing the mind games, though. They've been doing it for a while, and they know that it's not getting them anywhere. That's only going to lead them to loneliness and not being with anyone. They're shutting everyone away by being this like manipulative energy with the 5 of Swords over here. So, Page of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, to clarify the Chariot, they want to apologize. They do. They want to give you a love offer, even if it's a small one, just to like start with at least. The 10 of Pentacles, what they ultimately want with you is this ultimate achievement. They want to have a family with you. They want to have grandchildren with you. But I feel like this is more of a fantasy for this person instead of actually taking tangible action to make this happen. I feel like this person lives in their head a lot, that they can dream and wish this all they want, but will they actually do it is another question. So let me pull a card and see, like, what actions can we expect from this person? Interesting. We have Justice. And the 5 of Swords. Oh! 5 of Swords stayed in the back. So they're going to bring balance to the situation in whatever that means for them. Because you know how I mentioned over here, they feel wronged. They feel that there's an injustice here. So they're going to bring justice to themselves in this situation. Regardless if that's them going after you and telling you how they actually feel. Or, I don't know. I don't think it's seeking revenge, though. I don't feel that. Or it could just be simply letting you go and knowing that the end is the end. And, like, it's time to move on. So either way, balance will be restored here. So that's a good thing. Okay? Whether this is them actually taking action to do something about their feelings for you, or simply just fully letting go and knowing that there's nothing else that you can really do or that they can do. All right, Cancer. So let's get your final messages here. Let's get your messages of love and see what are the final things you need to know about this person. Twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. Lo and behold, that makes sense why there's these intense feelings and a lot of the ups and downs. You guys know how the twin flame works, right? Yeah, and then we have regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. Exactly. They are always going to live in the regret of having not taken action to be with you. So long as you're both alive on this earth, they're going to feel this regret. So I hope that their justice is them reaching out and you guys just having a conversation, even if it's just to put ease into your guys' minds about each other, okay? Because this divine counterpart connection makes so much sense of why they can't let go of you and why they kind of stalk you and keep tabs on you, because there's also that like obsession with the twin flames, as you guys know. I do not romanticize the twin flame connections, because I don't think they're all like cracked out to be what they are meant to be. You know, I don't think they should be romanticized, to be honest. I feel like twin flames are just put in your life to really awaken something in you, to find yourself. And if union happens, that's just like the cherry on top, but I don't think that's the end goal. Okay, that is just simply my opinion. But I understand why there's this intensity of emotion and why you still are worried about them. That makes so much sense too, like why you're still concerned about them, because this is a divine counterpart for you. So it makes sense that you would still care about them. Doesn't matter how much time passes. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because that connection will always be there. Bottom of the deck is protected, you are safe and divinely guided. Exactly. So rejection is protection, right? If things didn't work out between you and this person, it's because the divine was protecting you from something worse, some more pain that this person could have put you through. Okay, so just know that everything is always happening for your highest good. Everything happens for a reason. It just keep going with the flow, and it'll all make sense as time goes by. And if this person really, really wants to come forward, then let them, but you shouldn't be the one to be so worried about them. Not that that is a bad thing either. I think worrying about them or just being concerned about them still means that you love them, and there's nothing wrong with still loving them. All right, Cancer. So one more card just as a bonus, because I did take a little bit longer to get your reading out. So let me do one more oracle for you guys. This is the Lover's Oracle. Okay, we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Wow, so strong sexual chemistry, strong passion that you guys shared with each other, but that makes sense in the twin flame dynamic. And notice how this says you are one. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. That one soul thing is definitely a twin flame thing, if you believe in that. So this all makes sense. So just take it as it resonates for you if you feel that this is speaking to you. But at least you know where the energy lies and what to do with information. Okay. Bottom of the deck is when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Yeah, so don't get caught up in all the little details of life. You know, this is a message for you and this person. Like, don't get so caught up on the what ifs and the hows and the whats. Just enjoy life for what it is. Don't take it so seriously. What matters is the memories. All right, Cancer, so that is what I have for you guys during this time. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell button so you receive notifications when I post again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in your next reading.